Hello everyone, grade 11th accountancy. We are going to start chapter number 10, accounting for goods and services tax, that is GST. We are going to do today GST. What is the meaning of GST? Goods and services tax is an indirect tax levied at prescribed rate on every supply of goods and services except on petroleum and alcohol for human consumption. Except petroleum and alcohol, all the other goods and services are covered under this tax. Supply of goods means sale of goods and supply of services means rendering of services. It is a nationwide tax seeking to unify several indirect taxes and is based on the principle one nation, one tax. GST Act was passed in the Parliament on 24th March 2017 and it came into effect from 1st July 2017. How many taxes are merged into GST? At central and state level, center level, 3 taxes are merged: excise duty, service tax and central sale tax. They 3 are merged to form GST. At state level, 6 taxes are merged to form GST. At state level, 6 taxes are merged: luxury tax, octroi, purchase tax, entertainment tax, VAT and tax on lottery. So basic GST I have explained. Now we will start the question number 1. Illustration number 1. 2 types of GSTs are there. One is when we are selling the goods and services within the state, within one state. We are selling goods and services within one state. That time we are charging 2 taxes, central and state. Means if 12% GST is there, 6% will be of center and 6% will be of state. The journal entry for sale and purchase will be purchase to creditor. Debit what comes in, credit the giver. But here we have to debit 2 GSTs, input CGST and input SGST. CGST is the GST of center and SGST is the GST of state. Have a look on illustration. Past necessary journal entries in the books of Ashok Brothers. So we will prepare journal of Ashok Brothers, and assuming that we are selling all the goods in the state of Bihar, only one state is involved, that means 2 GSTs will be charged, 6% CGST and 6% SGST. The total tax is 12%. Half will go to central government and half will go to state government if one state is involved. Purchase goods on January 2 for rupees 2 lakh on credit. We have purchased goods for rupees 2 lakh on credit, 6% tax, and the total we have to give to creditor 2,24,000. 2,24,000. Next purchase on January 5 sold goods on credit rupees 3 lakh. This time we have sold. So debtor debit the receiver, credit what goes out, and with every sale we will write output CGST SGST. The sale price was 3 lakh. 6% means 18,000 CGST, 18,000 SGST. Total it will be 3,36,000. With every purchase you will write debit, input, and if with every sale you will write credit, output. Now on 10th we have purchased computer printer for rupees 50,000, payment made by check. 50,000 we have spent. On every type of thing we are going to charge, and now 6% means 3,000 and 3,000. Total we have paid through check, so we have written to bank account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and with it we will write input. Next purchase legal expenses we have paid. Consultation fee 1,000, 10,000 in cash. So we will write legal fee 10,000. 6% means 600. Total 11,200. This will be the GST. Next purchase last entry. Rent is paid rupees 20,000 by check. Now we have paid rent Rent account debit 20,000. Input CGST 6%, 1200. Total it will be 22,400. These transactions we have made during the month of January. Now at the end they have said that payment made of the balance amount of GST. Now bache, these were all the transactions which we have done. At the end of the month we have to balance the GST by debiting the all outputs. Output means we have recovered the tax. Input means we have paid the tax. We will deduct from the receipt the payment, and the balance we will pay to the government. Suppose we have collected rupees 10 and we have paid till now rupees 8. Rupees 2 will be submitted to government. From the receipt we are allowed to keep whatever we have paid already on buying the goods and services. The balance will be paid to the government. So here in this question, output we have used only once. Only one time 18,000. So it will be written here 18 and 18. Now how much input is there? We have to total it up. 12,000 plus 3,000. 15,000 plus 600. 15,600 plus 1,200. It will be 16,800. Total input we have to credit 16,800. Beta, in main entry input is always debited, but when we are going to make the payment, input will be credited. And whenever we are passing the main entries, output is credited. Here we have to debit the output. Just we are finishing it up. Whatever we have collected, we are debiting it. Whatever we have paid, we are crediting it. And the balance will be paid to the government. Now 18,000 minus 16,800, 1,200. Again CGST and SGST both 1,200, 2,400 we have paid to the government. This is all about GST. Whenever we are collecting GST, bache, we can deduct whatever we have paid. Then the balance will be paid to the government. Now the main question arises on which items GST is not charged or GST is not levied. There are certain items which are out of the criteria of GST. Those transactions are, means whether we are receiving cash from someone, we are paying cash to someone, or we are withdrawing cash, or any bad debt if we are having bad debts and bad debts recovered. These are the transactions which are out of the criteria of GST. GST is not levied on amount of capital invested into the business, amount of drawing into the cash. If we are withdrawing cash, amount deposited into bank, amount withdrawn from bank. Any investment in business, withdrawn from business, deposition into bank, withdrawn from bank, amount paid to creditors, amount received from debtors. These all are the money related transaction. All receipts and payment of money are out of the criteria of GST. Then certain expenses, bache, bad debts written off and bad debts recovered, both are out. Payment of wages and salaries, payment of electricity and water bill, payment to travelling expenses. These all items are out of the criteria of GST. Thank you.